One girl talked about how she'd had like crazy orgy in college, and like everyone was clearly interested. If there was a shaman, I think there would have been an orgy at this dinner party.
This weekend I went to pick up Athena, and I'm like, hey, when you get in, do you want to get hot dogs?
Yeah, I want to get hot dogs.
I'm literally right next to the hot dog place, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited when I pick her up in 15 minutes because she just landed. We're going to come right back here and get hot dogs. And then I'm start thinking, she's flying Southwest. Like, just give us a taster of like some of the things you're reading.
Oh, maybe this connects to my my shaman point earlier. Dude, the best thing might be to have a bisexual girlfriend.
That's good. That's good. Try it out.
No, I don't want to. I don't like the rest of the people. I just like this one girl in the group. I don't even really like her. I just think she has a beautiful face. Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense. We're back at it again.
How do you punctuate that tagline? Smart, is it smart. Ellipses? Dot.
Can you do
hold for applause?
So
it's
all the
a
above
joke.
if you could.
All right.
Well, we'll see what Coy does.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. It's March 25th, 2024.
Here's one for you right off the bat.
Okay.
I got one right off the bat, Pop. So I'm drinking this little bubly, Michael Bublé. And I just went to take a sip. This is brilliant marketing. Look at what the tab says. You see that?
No.
Come on, for the audience. All right, it's a little tiny hi you on the tab that, you know, when you're all up close and personal with this thing.
So you can read it. You get binked out though, dude. Just watch out. Might never come back from that.
That's very nice.
Just looking at Huberman's girlfriend, recent Stanford grad. She's got binked out eyes, so she might have had some bubbly. Watch out.
I told you got to shut down. Anytime there's like, basically Twitter will get taken over by some trending topic for all of 29 hours. And when that happens, you just got to shut down because it's all noise. Right. Athena told me the other day, my girlfriend, because I have a girlfriend, like over the weekend or something, she was like, did you hear this thing about Bruno Mars? I was like, no. She's like, Bruno Mars is apparently like handcuffed to the MGM in Las Vegas because he's $50 million in debt at their casino. And I'm like,
that can't be real.
It most likely can't be real. 4 days later, all of these articles are now coming out that it is in fact not real. And so it's just a case of like, when that news was breaking, shut down.
Right down.
Shut down.
No, well, I just like this because it's juicy, because it's like, hey, you know the dude that every man looks up to for being an alpha male? Turns out he's an alpha male. He just fucks like a dog.
The funny thing is, hey, I'm not saying the Bruno thing means the Huberman stuff isn't true. I'm saying I don't care. But what's funny is Huberman is like, he's also very female friendly. I think they really like him because he's a academic at Stanford.
Dog.
And then the news breaks. Like you can take the dog out the man, but I don't think you can take the man out the dog.
No, dude. Did you ever see the clip of the like high school football player? He's like, fucking James Corden, center back, dog. James, I can't think of more than one name, dog. And he just goes through the whole like lineup of dogs. But no, dude, we don't do topical
talk
stuff.
Show hosts.
So I don't know why I said James Corbin or whatever. Corden. That was just the first name that come to my mind when I thought of a fat person playing football. So my bad.
Freudian on many levels.
Yeah. And I haven't watched a carpool karaoke since
he's gone. He doesn't do that show anymore. He left the show.
Is he in debt? Strapped to MGM?
No. Come on, give me something juicy. You looked at your list of threads. I did. You almost told me before we hit record.
I went to a bathhouse. This weekend
nice.
I went to a bathhouse. Kind of like the steamy one that you went to, where the lazy ribmon was first born for the true OGs.
We didn't
We might never
that. We didn't unpack that either on the pod or together.
What, you going?
Let's keep it packed up.
Me going.
Me going and seeing where the lazy ribmon.
Well,
genesis.
point is, Henry went to some ancient baths. I went to some ancient baths, and it's just like a bunch of cold plunges. Then you get your like medium plunges. Then you get some hot shit, and like sometimes the sauna. I really liked it. I really liked it. And not just because I'm in tip top shape, looking a felt 169. Not because of that. Although I do think it's a good spot to pick up chicks.
We isn't it gendered? Don't
No,
they?
fucking smash and dash, dude.
This was okay. So what I like about these places is every like ethnicity, like they each have a kind of different
they
flavor.
split them up by race where you are, huh?
No. I'm like, there are Korean bathhouses, there are Russian bathhouses. This Ade in Chicago, that's just a fancy bathhouse. I like how they all have their different flavors.
Roman.
Like the Koreans like to do a full body scrub. Yeah. The Russians like to whip each other with grape leaves. I don't know if you saw any of that in the Russian bathhouse. What other ones have I been to? List of 2.
Well,
you went to Russian though?
The Roman one is, I think, what ancient. Air.
That one is so like whitewashed isn't the right word, but like it's like that's like a well-run service. Like there's valet. Yeah. There's like that place is just kind of fancy.
Yeah. Well, the place I went to a fancy place too. I guess it had like
that. So here's the Lindy thing here. Like the less fancy, the better for these kinds of places.
Yeah,
because you kind of want them doing like a little almost illegal stuff.
Right. I was thinking, dude. I'm like, so I have something I want to talk about with it, but like, how sanitary are these places? Because like we went into a sauna, got really sweaty, and then came right out into the pool with everybody else. And I'm like, do I get cleaner or dirtier doing this? I guess you shower on the way out, but it's just like, it's confusing.
It is confusing.
But
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's part of the bathhouse vibe. It's like, dude, it's literally what doesn't kill you makes you stronger at these places.
Someone I know was talking about how when they go to the laundry room, they have there's like baskets, little metal baskets that you can like put your laundry in temporarily and like move it around. It's got wheels and stuff. And she's like, she refuses to put her underwear in it because it's gonna like make them dirty because other people use it. Just like, I don't know.
Before washing it. Well, it's just
it'll be like either or like I don't know. She just doesn't use them with her underwear because
that's
more
that's
personal.
Psychological. It's like
I feel like there's a lot of that. Well, it's interesting because it's like also don't mean to bring up my ex, but like it's funny. Like Asians are just very
there he is,
very sanitary people. So it's
X
like,
with the side of stereotype.
It's more observational, but it's like flushing. But when you flush, like have the toilet seat down so it doesn't like splash up poop germs, which I get in retrospect, but like also like, hey, like maybe poop germs are good. You need a little bit, like not too much poop germ, or like outside clothes, inside clothes. It's just a lot, and it's like a weird spectrum of like, where do you draw the line? Like from underwear and laundry on metal to like using someone else's toothbrush or whatever it is. Like toothbrush is weird too because you like make out with people or like God knows what you do in the bedroom. Fucking dogs, dude. What Huberman's doing, like on that spectrum, toothbrush doesn't seem as far. Like it can get a lot farther.
I'm liking
but
this
like you probably wouldn't use your girlfriend's toothbrush.
Yeah, unless it were an emergency. I mostly agree with you. I think the first 16 years of my life, growing up in America in a middle-class home, were like ultra clean. And so I think going to college and beyond, I tried to like just be okay with like, I'll just eat shit off the ground. I will put my laundry in the basket. Like I will touch like.
You go to Beta Row once, you're a changed man, dude. Feet are sticking to the floor.
It's Lindy's, right? You want to be anti-fragile. You want to stress your body. You want to get a little bit sick.
Right.
Because otherwise the common cold will take you out.
So maybe it's good. Maybe the baths kind of like get some of the surface level gunk off you, but then it's still on you.
It's thousands of years old.
I know. So yeah, I was reading up on it just because I'm so curious. But that was like the hangout spot. And I didn't realize like the baths, you like, why I said you could probably pick up chicks there. It's just because you got like 100 people just like in the bath. It's like going to the beach or something, but it's a little bit more like intimate, I guess.
Is anybody talking though?
I mean, all my boys are single, so you know we were out and about. But I mean, you'll talk in groups, but then like, okay, so at this one point, this fucking like crazy dude in a Speedo comes out and he's got a gong, and like no one's expecting a fucking gong, so he just comes whacking it in the middle, and you're like, all right, is someone gonna shoot up this place or what's going on? And then he's like, yells like, hey everyone, I'm doing this like incense crazy little experimental thing in the sauna if you want to come in. And so we're like, that sounds interesting. So all the boys basically like follow this guy with super long hair, looking like a hippie, but in a Speedo and a gong. And he gets in there, dude. And it's just like, place fills up because like everyone's looking for something to do. And it was like one of those feelings of like when you have a real cult. It's like you get someone, basically like he turned the room, like why I loved improv is you just like, you create a safe space for being fucking weird. And this dude was the chief of weird. So he was out there like waving his towel like this and like fucking getting people to be like, breathe in and yell it out. And he's like, hoo-ah! And like everyone in the room's going, hoo-ah! And I was like, dude, what the fuck? But it was sick because like everyone's acknowledging it's weird, but we're going to do it together. So I like that. And it really, it made me think, dude. It made me think because, well, right after that, I went to a dinner. I had a dinner party at our house, and like, well, fuck, where do I go with this? Basically, like, it's like, it's like my like horny. It's like a horny friend group or whatever. They just like talk about like, I don't know. Dude, I don't. Maybe,
where do I go with this? Where do I go with this? Ah.
All right, maybe
it's a horny friend group
on here.
Well, you got to think about. You got to start with the point you want to make and work backward from there.
Basically, one girl talked about how she had like this crazy orgy in college, and like everyone was clearly interested, and they're like, "Oh, how did that happen?" It's like, "Oh, we did like a truth or dare or something." Basically, all it took was like someone to act. We just needed our shaman. If there was a shaman, I think there would have been an orgy at this dinner party. But there wasn't a shaman. But it just made me think like it's kind of like the opposite of the Abilene paradox, where it's like everyone is like interested in doing something, but like it doesn't happen because there just isn't that leader to like just be like, hey, fuck it, we're gonna do this. But there's no like, just doesn't get over the threshold, so it never happens. But
maybe you go to Burning Man.
Maybe. I don't know if I wanted it, but I'm like, hey, if it happened, it's kind of like us in Vietnam. I'm like, hey, whatever happens here, I'm not seeking it out, but if it's there. So it just got me thinking, dude, like the ancient world had a lot of this weird spiritual shit. Like maybe I go off the deep end and just see where I end up.
You probably you probably would have done really well living in like ancient Rome. I think you might be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
right. Most people are like, I wish I was born like 20 years ago when rock music was out. And it's like, no, dude, give me like 2,000 years ago.
Marcus Aurelius.
Well, one thing I'm learning, other than like cities just smelling like shit and just being disgustingly gross, life didn't seem all that bad. It's like, if you were like,
it was simple.
A little bit above average, you just like, you got your food. You had your dinner parties. You're wearing tunics with no underwear, so your balls were just out and about. You'd just go bathe in the nude if you wanted to. You get sun. You'd wrestle. It's like, I don't know. They had pretty lame games though. I was looking at some of the ancient Roman games, and they were. I got a whole podcast of Roman stuff and Greek stuff that I got to get through, But you got anything, dude? I just told you.
Dude, I do. I had the airport Uber nail in the coffin. So yeah, this is where like right. basically you and I, compared to most everyone we know and our friends, especially, we're like, when people are flying in or they ask like, will you pick me up from the airport? The answer is no. Because the opportunity cost, it just makes no sense. Like I'm gonna do two ways. Neither of us want to be there. Like let's just split the cost. You know what? I'll just pay for your Uber. I'll just pay for your Uber. How about that? If it's a cost thing, I'll just pay for your Uber. Anyway, Thiener was flying home from New York, and this rule is not. I'm not what's the word? Like absolutist about this rule. Right. Like for friends and family, like I will go to the airport. I will pick you up. I also really like driving and listening to music or podcasts. The problem is this weekend I went to pick up Athena and I'm like, hey, when you get in, do you want to get hot dogs? She's like, yeah, I want to get hot dogs, which is red flag number one. You know, that's red flag because every time we go to O'Hare, to pick somebody up or to fly out, you get a hot dog at Gene and Jude's. It's just a Chicago staple. It's delicious. The problem is it was also rush hour. So I drive 50 minutes to O'Hare. I'm literally right next to the hot dog place. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited when I pick her up in 15 minutes because she just landed. We're going to come right back here and get hot dogs. And then I'm start thinking, she's flying Southwest. And Southwest Airlines only flies into Midway, which is on the other side of the city, nowhere near where I am. So now I've gone 50 minutes to O'Hare. She's somewhere completely different. And I guess I could get a dog. So I got a dog. And then I drove another hour home in rush hour. Hour 50 minutes. Didn't even get my girlfriend. So, and she Ubered home. Get the dog. I called her. I said, I'll get a dog. No, I'll get a dog. You take an Uber home.
You can have a cold dog in an Uber. How's that? That's how much I love you.
I had the dog with me too. Dog spent 2 hours in the car. You can't do that.
Well,
I want to blame her. She should have known if we were getting dogs.
See,
that's not happening if you're flying into Midway. She can catch me.
The good thing about New York, I don't know what the split is in Chicago between O'Hare and Midway, but it's probably
90-10.
90-10, right?
Only Southwest flies to Midway, pretty much.
Right. And I don't remember the last time I rode Southwest, but it's really a problem when you have that 90-10. Because basically anything above 80, you're like, default is O'Hare. Like
I'm autopilot. I put the dog in the car. We're getting dogs. I'm going to O'Hare at rush hour.
But New York is probably like 50 JFK, 30 LaGuardia, 20 Newark. So
Jersey.
It's like, yeah, you never know where it's going to be. So you're always like extra careful versus a 90-10. You're fucked.
And this has happened before. Like this has happened to multiple times. This has happened multiple times to people in my family. No more airport.
Yeah, well, you're a big Southwest family. I remember that.
Yeah, my parents are. They love Southwest.
Wow,
get all their points. Southwest is an okay airline. It's an okay. They're like, but we get 2 free bags, and I'm like, but the tickets are $200 more.
Dude, I haven't checked the bag. I don't remember the last time I checked the bag actually. Nice, Steve.
Plus, I don't know how this is going to shake out in like an econ lesson on the podcast, but the boarding on Southwest, it's just, you just get a number. A 1 through 60, B 1 through 60. It's stressful. People are stressed out.
Oh, because you're fighting for position?
Yeah, you don't know what seat you're going to have.
Right.
I'm like, give me the certainty. It's not a great airline. The people are nice. The people are nice.
Southwest was known for their turnaround times. So it's got to be more efficient. It's just like the uncertainty absolutely kills you. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't experienced that in a while. It's always just been, hey, you're B15. That's just your seat number. Or 15B.
15B. There he is. But I mean, they do a lot of cool things, right? Like they only fly. I think it's cool that they only fly 737s. Like that is their only plane, because then like every single flight for them is the same unit economics. All of their mechanics know how to service the exact same plane. All of their crews are trained on the exact same plane. The pilots, same plane. So they do kind of like cool contrarian stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we almost did a pod on that. I don't think we ever did on the Southwest book.
Nuts. What's it called? Keller.
Yeah, some fucking
Go
something
nuts. I'm nuts.
Do they even serve nuts anymore with the peanut allergies? Who knows? Let me see. Do we got anything else?
Yeah, take us home. Take us home.
Well.
Oh no.
I'm reading through. Well.
oh.
This
no.
this is why we guard a loop out of nowhere, so we don't run into this exact scenario.
Like, just give us a taster of like some of the things you're reading.
Well, really fucking put the pressure on me. I guess it's a back and forth.
No, I
mean, don't shut me down yet. I'm too deep in it. Hold on. But
okay.
hockey guy.
Not a hockey.
I don't know where
fatty.
we go with this. Oh, maybe this connects to my my shaman point earlier. Dude, the best thing might be to have a bisexual girlfriend.
Right now? Right now. Connects to your shaman point. The pod is wrapping up. 21st. I just want to be clear with the audience. Like, we don't do any prep here. I don't know what you're thinking. We haven't talked all day. And you, on the fly, are just going to toss up, I think you should have a bisexual girlfriend?
Fuck, it was in my notes, dude. What am I supposed to do with that? You wanted some goo?
You got to run it through the filter.
Well,
you got to figure out.
That's where I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be taken.
Elaborate.
Point is, this one couple, chick likes chicks too, so they have a lot of fun all the time. And then I hear this my old pickup dating coach dude, his wife, I guess, or girlfriend, I don't know what they are. She was bisexual, and so he could just go out and do his own thing. I think it might be Lindy, well, maybe not Lindy. Yeah, no, it might be Lindy, because like guys in ancient Rome.
Okay, continue. Yeah. Well, like the examples you're giving me are not poster children of relationships or happiness, for that matter.
No, well, so far, well, they're the happiest in that industry. But where's my point? Oh, basically, like back in the day in ancient Rome, like the thing that you wanted to avoid all the time is if you're a dude raising some other dude's kids. So that's why you wouldn't want your wife to be sleeping around, especially because like you might end up just raising some other person's kids. Versus like guys in ancient Rome, you could sleep anywhere, you could do whatever you wanted. Women were like strictly prohibited to like only be with their man. Point is, in this case, it's kind of nice because you're not worried about her getting pregnant from another female. So they can still have fun.
No, it's good. It's good. It's always good to battle test ideas. It is.
Well, I haven't battle tested it yet. You can have a shaman.
You got the theory worked out clearly. So, that's good. That's good. Try it out. Try it out. Go for it.
No, I don't want to. I don't like the rest of the people. I just like this one girl in the group, and that's the one who's.
It sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like
so
you might
be kind of like. Yeah, I don't even really like her. I just think she has a beautiful face.
Gardaloo! You're so fucked. You're gonna listen back in 10 years and just be like, "Oh my god."